Okay, I'm gonna wait about 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes, a minute and a half. Who knows? All right. So this is the deal. Last week I had this second part of this class series scheduled, and first of all, I gave notice at the last minute. I don't think it was till the day before. So that played into um, what's happening now. Can't see your name. That played into what happened a little bit, but I think it was something bigger. No conspiracy, but it was something bigger. Let me tell you what. Tell you what happened. So at the first class, had a decent little showing, and but I forgot my notes, so I had to talk off the top of my head. Which, you know, what I know, but I also like to have things organized about or what I'm going to go to next because they all tie in, and so I didn't like that, and I have my little trigger notes. But either way, it went all right. So had to go to another place to have the next class and rent it out and so forth. So I took special effort to make sure I didn't forget nothing for this class. Uh, what's happening now? I had to make sure that I had all my stuff in order. Okay. And this time I had my notes, and what I had done was I had gone out and I had bought like this little set of toys because I had something I wanted to have like a group. People break up in groups, and I was going to give them this assignment. I was going to have them do something with these toys. I was really excited. Okay, Friday, as usual, I'm running behind. I wasn't going to be late, but I was behind as far as the time that I wanted to leave and get there because I wanted to still have time to sit and kind of gather my thoughts and everything. Well, that wasn't going to happen. Okay? Now, what I'm going to tell you is, I don't know what you call this, teacher suicide. I don't know if this would be pedagogy, suicide mixed together, or teacher. Let's just say teacher suicide. You're not supposed to admit nothing like this, but I'm gonna share it. So the babies were all over the place, so I'm frustrated with my wife because I'm like, I got my thing that was tonight, and I got to now look how psychotic this is. I'm a crazy motherfucker. Like the stuff when something I want to do, that's how selfish I can be. And all this shit ties in. So I'm hot at her because I'm behind getting out to my class in Dallas. Okay, got all my shit together. Earlier today, I had went and bought these toys from Target, all my stuff, and you holding me up. You and these kids. I didn't say that, but that's the basic. That's the basic attitude that I had. See, this is how spirit works. Get out there to the place, one person there. 30 minutes later, one person is there. Hour later, one person is there. That's all that ended up showing up, Brother Marcus. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna take this camera. I'm gonna Lemons out of lemonade. That's what I told Marcus. I said, okay, look, bro, I want you to run the camera, and I'm just gonna just start talking. Now, mind you, the date was August 17th. Okay, August 17th. Peace to everybody. I can't see your name because I'm driving. Now I'm gonna make this quick. August 17th was the date. Now remember that. We'll come back to that. Because I got up there and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna record some shit. Do you know that the spirit confounded my fucking tongue? I sat there and I said, I ain't got nothing to say. And it's not that I had nothing, that there's nothing here, because I get on here and just talk about shit off the top of my head. So it's not like I ain't got nothing I could, but I had nothing to say. Now the conversation was supposed to be about the Kabbalah of language. How ironic that on the night I was going to talk about language, I had nothing to say. And part of it was, it wasn't supposed to be a night of me talking at people. I wanted them to interact and just do something, a completely different experience. So that threw me off with not having an interaction. But still, this was something spiritual. You ever seen the Masonic? Do you know what that really, the baby horse? You know what that really, of course, we think silence. But silence is what comes before sound. Before creation says, or the creator says, let there be light, there was already the thought of light. That's the silence. That's the pre-world, the pre-existing world before any aspect of the tree comes into existence. So spirit made me do. Now mind you, go back to the date. The day is August 17th. That was the date of the class. Mercury had been in retrograde, I don't know, for a month or more, and was not going to right itself or go direct until August 19th or 20th, I think. Thus, the title of this little chit chat, and on the third day, because the class was on the 17th, and you count, that's about 3 days until Mercury goes direct again, and Mercury governs communication. Okay, and obviously, I needed to not tell or teach nobody shit. I needed to learn. See, everything is a fucking win. That's why I share this. Everything. So somebody can say, yeah, nobody else. But you know what's the difference is? I'm not a nigga this is makes me up. You know, if nobody ever paid for a membership on Masters of the Cosmos, never bought a book, never did shit, our lives wouldn't change one damn bit, because I ain't dependent on this shit. That's why I can share this and ain't gotta fake the funk. Nobody fucking showed up except one person. Now I was bitter. Don't get me wrong. I cussed all you niggas out in my head. And then I said, you don't know what all going on in people's lives, Jamal. Then I went through questioning myself. And see, all of these things were divine, because it all kept bringing me back to examining myself. And then I started, and see, through examining myself, I started to remember the energies that were going on. And all the energies, planetary energies, were perfectly lining up for me to work on me. And for me to die. See, what happened is, after that shit happened, I went and got me a new pair of motherfucking shoes. I got me some new shirts. I got me some new shorts. Yeah, that's some mundane shit. But you know what? I'm tired. I've never been a motherfucker who walk around and not have no pride in the way he look. Never. Shit always, even when I couldn't afford Jordans and Nikes, my shirts don't line up with my shoes. Big coordinated nigga. They coined a new phrase for me back home. They said I had created a style of dress called hip hop casual. Hip hop casual. Always been a fashionable. So as mundane as that shit may sound, it don't matter about what no fucking body think. It matters about what works for me. And see, that shit was part of Jamal being Henry being resurrected. Henry. That's my first name if you didn't know. My first name is Henry. But if you want to, you can put a king in front of that shit. So that was part of the resurrection. But something gotta die. Something, death. I refuse to settle for fucking losing in life and trying to convince, because I'm telling you, I have done it. I have tried to convince myself at certain times that certain failures were not transitional, but it was divine because I was to be, how can I put it, champion because I failed. No, that's nothing to champion. It's not. I have been through that shit. It's a cop-out. I have done it. You know, what I had to get back to me. Now, this ain't for who it ain't for, fuck it. Shit, go and get an icy. If it ain't for you, go and get you some get you a hot dog with onions on it and sit in your car and fart. Who gives a fuck? But I'm talking to who I'm talking to. Or I can be talking to my goddamn self. So I can go back and watch it when I need this. You got to find a way to get yourself back. Look, consciousness is not something for a lack of pride. You cannot divorce your pride. I don't give a shit what nobody say. You need to have some goddamn pride in yourself. Because if you don't, there will be nothing left to infuse the consciousness into. You got to bring pride to consciousness. Yes, you can expand your pride and your true self-confidence and true self-love through learning knowledge yourself. But if you've never had pride in yourself and ain't dealt with what's called mundane shit, that's all I got for you. That's all I fucking got. I don't have nothing. I can't take you to no fucking 10th moon, no goddamn 10th dimension. You got plenty of other motherfuckers that you can go and get that shit from. I'm not that nigga. I'm gonna get me a new shirt called Mr. Mundane. That's gonna be my shit. That's what you're gonna get from me. And I offer no apologies for that motherfucking shit because I don't. Fuck it. I died at that damn place. I died. And I had to go back and re-examine things. You know, my wife told me some shit one time and I thought she was just hating. She said, you know, Jamal, it may not always be that, you know, you're learning all this stuff to go and tell people. Maybe it's just so you can share it with your kids. God damn. If that wasn't the motherfucking truth, and you want to share, you know, but I lost touch. I spent $75 on the place. That might not sound like much, but it's money. I went and spent another $20, $25 on the toys. So it was a $100 lesson. Best money I ever spent in my life. And this is no slight at none of the people, because it ain't got nothing to do with. This was supposed to happen. So needless to say, we're not having no class tomorrow, you know, which is hell. It probably didn't matter. But the thing is, I could have stayed in my feelings and not gotten nothing. Man, everything I do got to be a fucking investment. Everything you do got to be an investment. You cannot have no empty losses. Your losses have got to become flips. You gotta flip that shit. Everything's a win for the gods. Everything. So that's why I don't mind sharing that. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. You know, but it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful because it just made me just step back like, man, you know, I'm so blessed because I got so many things I can do. So many, and so many outlets, and you need these things just to keep your sanity. You need these things. You need outlets. So it just opened my eyes like, man, why can't you do this? Why can't you, so locked in? Here's a tough question I had to ask myself. And this was a tough one. Real tough one. Do you know I could not pick up a book after that night? I couldn't pick up nothing. I just didn't. And I told my wife, I said, man, I have no desire to do no fucking YouTube videos, to damn sure to do no damn, oh, I'm going to teach something or this and that. I don't have no desire for none of that shit. And I think that was necessary too, as far as, it's just like for a man. If a man has too much sex, every time he ejaculates, he's giving up his essence. He's giving up his life. So if he has too much random sex, or sex period, he gonna burn out. At some point, he gonna burn out. And that was part of it too. When it gets to the point when you're frustrated, I'm trying to hurry up and get to that's the energy. You are already dealing with resistance, but you are bringing new resistance into something that's supposed to be a counter to the resistance. That's like me going to work out and I'm gonna have somebody sit 2 cinder blocks on top of the weights, or bags of cement on top of the weights. All these things I'm learning the older I get. I'm 41 years old. The older I get, I'm learning how to really, really stop and look at myself. Ooh, that's the real shit. That's the real shit that's hard. So I'm not gonna go on and on. I don't really I have nothing deep to tell nobody. Nothing. I do have experiences to share, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I've yet to have the chance to really express what I really, really am trying to convey, as far as when it's in a setting where it's like it's a some type of class, whatever. I've yet to really, really, and it reminds me of this. You keep getting messages, so I don't know if this is anything that can even help anybody that they can relate to, but if nothing else, you should be able to relate to it from the standpoint of learning how to study every situation and turn what appears to be a loss into a win, and giving yourself the opportunity to die when necessary, so that you can be reborn. That's in every discipline, every science is that of death. And I think about the old. This is another thought that ran through my mind the other day. Fetch water, chop wood, fetch water. That's what my cousin used to tell me. He said this was an old Zen axiom, if you will. Chop wood, fetch water. Chop wood, fetch water. Now, what does that mean? See, for everybody who wants something so otherworldly, you maybe need to go back, like I'm doing, and chop some motherfucking wood and fetch some water. Figure out how to do that shit to the best of your ability. Now, that's a Zen principle. Now, let me tell you how comparative disciplines, how it lines up. In the Bible, seek ye first the kingdom, and all these other things will come unto thee, or something like that. That's the same shit that is saying of chop wood, fetch water. I'm going to deal with simple things. My damn house, my family, you know, shit. Taking pride in how I motherfucking look. My damn barber about to get a pay raise. I ain't about to pay him more, but I'm going to be visiting more often. Fuck that shit. You know, You know, I was going to call this, you got to kidnap your swag back. And if you ain't never had no swag, get you some. And I ain't saying that to be funny. Get you some motherfucking swag. And all that means is you got to learn how to feel good about yourself. Learn how to feel good about yourself. Otherwise, I'm telling you, all the other shit that void's gonna always be there. Gonna always be there. No amount of nothing can fill just that old basic void. You got to love your damn self. And so what if the shit don't sound deep? Who gives a fuck? You know, how many tears do you weep when ain't nobody around? How do you question yourself when nobody's around to hear you pontificate with all of the deepest of the deep? You know, when you're alone, you better know how to deal with yourself and how to motherfucking love yourself. Because I love my black ass. Brother Jamal, mastersofthecosmos.com. Hey, if never before, then today, remember to stay down until you get up. And when you get up, stay down. Peace.